Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Velero community meeting / open discussion. Today is January 11th, 2022. Please add yourself to the attendee list if you haven't done so already. If you have any status updates on things that you're working on, please add them to the status updates. And if you have any discussion topics, please add them to the discussion topics as well. And with that, let's dive into some status updates. Dave, you're up first.
There's the button. Yeah, so I was out for the last couple of weeks on PTO. One thing I have been working on is gRPC HashiCorp plugins in Astrolabe so that we can have different types of plugins without having to link everything together. So I'm putting together a PR for Astrolabe for that.
So as for the gRPC plugins for Astrolabe, is there any design doc in Velero's repo?
No, I'll put a design doc into the Astrolabe repo with it.
Any other questions for Dave? Okay, Daniel.
Yeah, I've been doing some tests post version 1.8 FC. We FC the before Christmas last year, and currently preparing for the RC. There are a couple of bugs remained. So currently we are not merging any PRs to the main branch. Hopefully within the next few days, we'll tag an RC, cut a branch, and after that, we'll start merging the PR to the main branch. So if you have some PR that requires attention, please ping us on the Slack channel, and we'll handle that with priority after the RC.
Do you know when the RC will be out?
Hopefully by the end of this week. We are still fixing a few bugs and updating the docs. It's in the final steps.
Okay, good. Thank you. Any questions for Daniel? All right, Wenkai.
Yeah, my status is almost same with Daniel. I'm doing some manual testing for 1.8 and to fix some bugs found during testing. Yeah.
Good. Any questions for Wenkai? Does anyone have anything else they want to add to the status updates for today? I know most of us just got back last week, so it's a little slow. All right, then Eleanor, take it away with the discussion topic.
Yeah, it's more of a heads up and advertisement. I, at the end of last year, started, I finally feel like I know enough about Velero to start really answering questions on the Kubernetes Slack. Obviously, some are still too technical for me, but I'm starting with this because I've started to see some more product questions that I either knew the answer to and then realized the answer wasn't in the docs because I wanted to link the right docs page, or I just didn't know the answer and I couldn't find it in the docs. So I started thinking more about docs. I talked to Abby, our part-time doc writer. So she and I are going to kind of work on the docs in the new year. Partly, we're just going to hopefully get more information in. I did notice that some of the organization confused me of the docs. I think that we've been adding for so long, we haven't like kind of taken a bigger picture look at the docs. So for instance, like restore, I was trying to figure out where does it say that that when we restore, we're non-destructive, and I couldn't find it. And there were like 4 sections that talked about restore, and they're not even in the same place. No criticism listen, let's be very clear. Like, we have pretty good docs, I think, for our project, but I also think that now that I am dog fooding it, as people say, now that I'm using our own docs myself, as I try to learn, I'm having trouble. So I'm advertising that we may do a little bit of reorganization of the docs, nothing too big. We don't want to do too much unless we hear users need it as well, but certainly we will make changes based on what I feel like I need as a basic user. So that's an FYI, but really, if anyone else is interested in docs, big or small, if you want to find an easy way to make contributions, I'm going to be starting to make a lot of like docs PRs where it's like, put this information in, and then as long as you know how to use Git, you can make that happen. But if you also care about table of contents, just anything, please be in touch. So hopefully everyone will see improvements. And if anyone wants to participate, we'd love to have your participation. That is all.
Fantastic. So I definitely want to blast that out as well on both social media. Our mailing list, I think, would be a good one to target for this too.
Sure.
And on Slack, of course, just to get people's eyes on it. So when you have created those issues, we can just sync up, you and I, and we'll send out to send things out.
Well, to clarify, and by the way, of course, I didn't say this, but of course, I would love just feedback too. If someone's like, this page I really struggle with, like Dave, I think pointed out, the cluster migration is a pretty short page, and clearly there's so many questions, so we'll increase that page. Now, in terms of the issues, so far I've created one single small issue for a bit of information that was missing. Do you mean those are going to be created as I answer Kubernetes Slack questions? So those are incremental. Abby and I will probably create some bigger doc stories in the next few weeks. Is that what you're talking about that I should let you know? Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Great.
The bigger themes, and then we can point people to them. So one thing that we've seen is that when you have smaller issues that are very specific, it's much easier for someone to take that issue on and then just fix it when it comes to docs, and that's general as well. But so yeah, if you have the larger themes, and then we can break it out into small bite-sized chunks, like, hey, we need someone to fix these 10 lines here, just fix them up, or fix the table of contents for version 1.8,
right,
or version 1.6 because that is broken now, or something like that. Even though, yes, it would take you 5 minutes to fix it, make an issue so someone else can do it.
Well, and that's what I'm doing, because I don't use my Git all that often, and it's such a pain, and I'm trying to get the right Git thing. I've actually been making issues. So those are what you're describing, I'm already starting to do. And I'll make sure to tag it as good first issue as well. I put it in documentation, but it occurs to me I should do good first issue. So great.
Yeah, I can send out some of the issues that we created for Contour when we launched the working group there.
That would be really helpful.
Yeah, so you can see just how we formulated things. It's just very basic, but it's like just small chunks. Here's what we need help with.
Absolutely.
Then it's easier to attract new folks. We can also, I can work with Abby on this, and we can send it out to the Write the Docs Slack as well.
Oh, that would be lovely. Yes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things that we can do, especially for docs, and it's something that I definitely want to try. So,
I'm really happy to hear that.
Not drive myself, but help drive.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that sounds perfect. Thank you.
Cool.
That's it for me.
Let's see. I think that's it. Let me just stop my share here for a bit. Okay, and okay. I'm looking at the contributor shoutouts. Since we had the FC there, I don't, as Daniel was talking about, we don't have a lot of new merged things. We do have one. So let me just share this. This is for the Helm chart. Where? Here. So this is a small fix for the Helm charts here. for the Velero Helm chart here, fix for failing init container and CRD updates by Dudek. So thank you for that. All right. Does anyone have anything else they want to discuss today?
By the way, we will be start planning the items for version 1.9. So yeah, if anyone has any issues that you think we should, by the way, the version 1.9 will be releasing around May or June timeframe. So if you have anything you think it's important, please reach out to us via Slack or open issues so we can, prioritize them during the planning.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I think that was Daniel. Yeah, I should have thought to mention that. Yes, and not only that, but we've kind of in the past we've had our roadmap as like a part of the repo. So kind of it's been put more in a final version. For 1.9, I'm going to be using the wiki, which you should be able to see now if you look at the top, the wiki's there. So in a week or two, we're going to start to have a list of what we're thinking with prioritization, and you may see it changing. I'll try to label whether it's still in progress or whether like it's pretty settled. So as Daniel said, like feel free to ping me on Slack or ping anyone on Slack or open an issue, and you'll start to see, you can check the wiki to see updates on 1.9 planning, and I'll try to update here as well. Thank you, Daniel.
Eleanor, do you want to send out a survey to capture more feedback from our users?
For docs or for 1.9? For
1.9.
Yes. Okay. We could do that. Have we actually, I do have a question. I have a question, if you don't mind. The mailing list, I've noticed that every so often people submit, it seems like the mailing list we only really use for meeting updates, which makes sense. And then we do tend to get occasional support questions on the mailing list. And I guess my question is, what is the purpose of the mailing list? And do we risk misleading people by having, like, I mean, I'm not clear if anyone ever gets support on a mailing list. I wonder whether support should be more driven to the Slack channels and the GitHub. And then to your point, have we gotten answers when we sent out emails in the past?
So when we've sent out surveys in the past, yes, we've gotten a lot of responses. So the last survey we did got like 40 responses or something like that, which was really good. We didn't expect that many, so it was really good. So yeah, I would be happy to just build up a quick survey with you so we can send that out. Because then we'll send that out through the mailing list. We'll send it out on Twitter. We'll send it out on Slack and have people respond there. Yeah, your question for the mailing list, it was initially created just for meeting invites and a place for users to ask questions, not necessarily for support, but I mean, that's questions as well. So it's natural that you will have support questions pop up on the mailing list. But then you can start there, and then you can say, depending on what kind of support question it is, we can say, hey, please open up an issue on GitHub or talk to us on Slack or come to the community meeting or the office hours and we'll discuss.
Okay, that answers my question. And sure, that sounds like a great, I don't know if you're able to do you want to put a meeting on my calendar, or I can put a meeting on yours and we can do that survey.
You can put one on mine. Yes, that'd be great.
Great. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
All right, awesome. So with that, if we don't have anything else, thank you everyone for joining. Have a fantastic rest of the week and see you all next week.
Thanks. See ya.
Thanks. See you.
Thank you.